Hello fellow electricians, this is Caleb here I am, hello. In this video we're going to look at three-way switches. Now this is something that for you apprentices often comes as quite a conundrum, how a three-way switch works. Let me just show you right here in the code book. Switches is in article 404, but it's not going to tell you how to wire up a three-way switch because the code book says that it is not an installation manual. So, having said that, here's how we do it. Now, a three-way switch is often thought to be called three-way because there's two switches and a light. See, so 1, 2, 3. That's actually not true. That's not why it's called a three-way switch. It's called a three-way switch because on paper, when engineers put these things together, there's 3 different ways to wire a three-way switch. That's why it's called three-way. So I've got this labeled here as hot. I've got this labeled over here as light, obviously going to a standard nail-on light box. And I got 2 boxes. So you'll have switch number 1, switch number 2. So in a three-way switch, this is the simplest and most straightforward way to do it. So number 1 is your power is coming into your first box. So here's your power right here. This obviously is your neutral. And then these 2 guys are called your travelers. Now, when it comes down to it, you can kind of do whatever you want with travelers as far as color goes. In this case, it has to be the black and the red because the white is being used as a neutral, as you'll see. So power comes in on the hot wire and it hits this one. And then through the switch, which I'll show you a switch here in a little bit, the switch is going to jump the power either from this wire to this wire. So a three-way switch is never actually turned off. The power is jumping back and forth between the red and the black in this case. So that's why they're called travelers. The power travels down these wires over to here. So then on this side, ignore the grounds. You can forget them. They're just grounds. So the white wire continues to be your neutral. So it stays as it is. And then the 2 travelers are going to be bouncing their power either down the black one or the red one to this switch. So if this switch is, say, on with power to the red, then the power is coming in, it's going through the switch to the red, coming out of this one. But if this switch is toggled down to say it's routing power through the black wire, then the light is turned off because the power wants to go according to the switch through the black wire to the light, but you've only have it on the red. So if you flip that one and shift it, it'll go inside the switch, it'll shift to the red wire, which means it'll pass through onto this black wire to your light. So this is called your common. So on both sides, you've got common and you've got common. The common holds either the power in and the switch leg out. Doesn't matter which way you go. So the travelers are passing through to the light, and then of course the neutral is routing all the way back through. So that's the first way that you can wire up a three-way switch.